Kia ora. Welcome to your practice this morning. Today we are going to focus on staying with sensation. So this flow is going to be all about how does my body feel? What am I sensing and feeling in my body? So throughout the flow, that's the check-in we're going to keep doing. So we'll begin just arriving and noticing how our bodies are feeling right now. So I'm going to get you to just place one hand on your belly and the other hand over your chest, so over the heart center. And then close your eyes. Start to bring your awareness to the weight of the hands on the body. Start to notice the rise and fall of the belly and chest, and the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. Just arriving, noticing these three things: that touch of the hands on the body, the rise and fall of your breath, and the breath coming in and out of the nostrils. Not doing anything to shift and change, we're just becoming aware. How does my body feel today? Right now, in this moment. And starting to notice any sensations you can feel in your body. Could be the feeling of contact with the floor. Could be feelings of heat or cool, tension or ease, prickling or vibration, just noticing. And just allowing your breath rhythm to be natural. It might naturally deepen, but just becoming aware. We're checking in with how we're feeling. And just keep noticing as things shift and change and move. Keep noticing your breath, keep noticing sensation and feeling in your body. And some sensations and feelings might be harder to sit with than others, just noticing. I'm going to place our hands down on the thighs now and just give the thighs a gentle pressure down. So grounding, touch, pressing down into your thighs. Noticing that sensation of kind of moving the hands along the thighs, how that feels. And then start to bring that movement into the hips and the low back. So we're just noticing, bringing awareness to sensation as we bring in a bit of touch. So if you can keep your eyes closed, your eye gaze soft, you bring your hands around to the belly, to the waist, all the way up to the shoulders and the neck. Just patterning these parts of the body in your awareness and stroking the hands down the arms to the hands. Just mapping these parts of the body out, letting your body know you're listening, noticing if you get any kind of feedback from this gentle touch. And then rest your hands back down, close your eyes again, notice how you feel now. Notice breath, notice sensation in the body. We're going to begin to deepen our breath now. So a big breath in and a big breath out. And then just notice how the body starts to gently move as you breathe in, as you breathe out. And we'll start to exaggerate that movement now. So as you breathe in, start to let the chest lift a little and draw the shoulders back behind you. As you breathe out, round the back, round the shoulders in front of you. Breathing in, opening. Breathing out, closing. Just a sort of seated cat-cow, allowing your hands to move on the knees as you move with your breath. We're going to take this into a circle now. So next time you round back, you're going to send the ribs over towards the left and then extend forward, puffing the chest forward, and then send the ribs over towards the right. So just taking these big circles, like you're kind of snaking the spine out of the pelvis. And just take it nice and slow, just noticing any parts of the spine that feel kind of easeful, parts of the spine that feel a bit tighter this morning. And then changing direction. So just slowly snaking the spine around. And then come back to center, just rest in stillness for a moment. Next time you breathe in, float the arms up, reach the fingertips for the sky, soften the shoulders. Big reach, and then reach the arms over towards the left side. We're just going to lightly touch the fingertips, so we're not putting any weight down here, and lengthening through that right side body. Awesome. And then adding a little bit of multi-planar movement. So rotate the chest towards the floor as you reach over towards the left. And then rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. Sending breath into that right side body. And then slowly coming back up through center, reach the arms up high and reaching over to the right. Full deep breaths into that left side body. Noticing how it feels in comparison to the right. And then adding a little bit of rotation, rotate the chest towards the floor and then up to the sky. Nice and long through that left arm. Awesome. And then slowly come all the way up to sit upright. Rest the hands on the knees, just one last thing up in sitting. So let the shoulders get heavy. And we're going to draw the left ear towards the left shoulder, lengthening through the right side. And just softening, let this right shoulder get heavy. Nice, you can even reach the right arm away. And then take a little bit of movement here. So just moving the head, maybe noticing if there's any areas of tension. Relaxing the jaw. And then slowly come back, try the other side. So ear towards the right shoulder, maybe reaching that left arm away. Just taking some movement. Just mobilizing through the neck. And then come all the way out. Just give the shoulders a little roll. One way and then the other way. And then we'll come to find tabletop. So facing the top of your mat. Move this out of the way. hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Just place your hand on your tailbone now. And we're going to initiate a cat-cow from the tailbone. And I just want you to follow with your fingertips up through this cat-cow first. So tucking the tailbone under, start to round, start to bring that movement up into the low back and just move your hand up to the low back. And then start to bring the movement up into the mid back, move your hand up to the mid back. And then sliding the hand up to the upper back, all the way to the neck, and just tracking that. Place the hand back down now. And then we'll lift the tailbone. We're going to track that movement all the way up from the base of the spine, tailbone, to lift the chest, lift the heart. And just keep moving like that. So tucking the tail, one vertebra at a time, rounding to nod the head. And then lifting the tail, extending, rippling through the spine, lift the chest, lift the heart. And just keep moving with your breath. Rippling the spine one way and then the other way. Nice. You're going to add on a little kind of wave forward and backward motion now. So next time you're in that extension in cow, lift the chest, send the hips back towards the heels, and then start to round through low back, middle back, upper back, come all the way forward. Rippling, extending to sit the hips back. And just keep moving with your breath. You might breathe in to go back and breathe out to come forward, or vice versa. So just playing with what feels good for your body. Keep noticing sensation. So you can always bring your awareness to the contact that the body has with the floor, the feet, the hands. Awareness to your breath. Awesome. Slowly come all the way back up to tabletop. And then we'll just take some circles around, so the ribs from side to side, a little bit like when we were in sitting. But maybe there's a greater capacity for movement here. Maybe not, just noticing. And then taking those circles in the opposite direction. Awesome. From here, come back to center. Bring the toes together, knees nice and wide apart. Come to find extended child's pose. Reach the arms forward, forehead comes to the mat. Or you can rest the forehead on the backs of the hands. Take some full, deep, broad breaths into the back and sides of the rib space. Maybe have a little rock through the head, so you're sort of massaging the forehead with that movement. And then slowly come on back up to tabletop. This time, tuck the toes under, lift the chest, lift the heart to cow. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, and lift the hips up high. Come to find downward dog. And just move around, pedal the legs, give the head a bit of a shake in this first downward dog. Let the hips sway from side to side. And then we're going to take this sway, this kind of pedal up to the top of the mat, walking your feet towards the top of the mat. Come to find a forward fold. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow, take a sway from side to side. Have a little bob up and down. And then slowly release the arms. We're going to slowly slide the hands up the front of the legs now and place them on the thighs. Come to find a supported chair. So the hips go back, hands go down. Press into the thighs, lift the chest, lift the heart, lift the tail, cow. And then we're going to tuck the tailbone under, round to stand up. That kind of cat shape with the spine. Open the arms out wide, lift the chest, and then slowly come back down, hands to the thighs. Nice, we'll just keep moving like that a couple of times. So tuck the tail, the rounding brings you all the way up to stand, pressing the feet into the floor. Open the arms out wide. Big breath in, hands go down. Tuck the tail, breathing out to come all the way up to stand. Breathing in, open up, fold forwards. Nice, one more. And this one's going to bring us all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up high now. Reach the fingertips for the sky. And then bring the hands to heart center and rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And just check in again. Bring your awareness down into your feet and noticing sensations in the body. Full deep breaths. And soft bend of the knees. Sending breath into the back and sides of the rib space. And then opening your eyes. You're going to have an even more soft bend in the knees and bring your awareness down into your feet. Really connect with the ground through all three corners of the feet, or all four corners of the feet, I guess, if you're going to go with that. Press the floor away with your feet and start to bounce through the knees. Start to shake out through the shoulders. So you're going to start to push the floor away. So depending on how you're feeling this morning, if you've got any stagnant energy to move, if you're feeling a bit lethargic at all, then we're going to start to get a little bit more dynamic and see if we can move some of that energy. So really push the floor away. Take a few breaths out through the mouth. Now, if this grounded action, pushing the floor away, feels really good, stay with that. If you'd like to really shake it off because you've got something to really move through your body, then you can start to take a bit of a jump. Move through the hips, shake out through the shoulders. Start to ground your feet again and really shake through the shoulders, shake through the hips. You can shake all the way down to the ground, all the way back up. Nice, and then we'll just take this into an opening and closing of the shoulders. Nice. So you're crossing one arm over the other and then alternating if you can. And it's as if you're flicking off anything you don't need out of the fingertips. You can even make fists with your hands and then open them up to flick off. Let a couple of big breaths out through the mouth. And then start to still that movement. Come back to standing Tadasana. Bring your awareness down into your feet. And just noticing, how does my body feel right now? We're going to move through a slow standing flow now, adding a bit of extra challenge. So we're just noticing how our body responds to this flow. So grounding through your feet, take a big breath in. And then as you breathe out, reach the arms forward, sit the hips back to chair. As you breathe in, push the floor away, stand up. Breathe out, sit the hips back, reach forward. And breathe in, stand up. If you want to add on here, try rising up onto the toes when you come to stand. And then sink the heels down, sink the hips back. Awesome, finding a little rhythm with that flow. We're going to add on to this now. So sitting the hips back into chair. We're going to slide the right foot back, slide the arms back for arrowhead. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other on the back of the body. Press the back of the head back up in line with the spine. Full deep breaths. From here, slide that foot forward and in. Stand on up. Nice, we're going to do that a couple more times. So breathing out to sit back. Breathing in, slide back. Breathing out, slide forward. Breathing in, stand up. One more time. Stand on up, stay there. We'll try that little flow on the other side now. So one breath, one movement, just noticing the movement of the legs, how the weight distribution changes when you slide that foot back. Nice. Breathing in, rising on up. Breathing out, sit back into chair. One more breathe in, rise on up. Breathe out, sit back into chair. This time slide the left foot back, weight into the right foot, arrowhead. Big breath in. Breathe out, back to chair. Breathe in, stand on up. Breathe out, sink back to chair. Breathe in, slide back. Breathe out, come forward. Breathe in, stand on up. One more time, sit back. Slide back. Slide in, stand on up. This time from chair, we're going to open all the way up, reach up, and then fold forwards, hinging at the hips. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold. I'm going to step back to plank or modified plank with the knees down. So head, ribs, hips in one nice long line. Sending your breath into the back and sides of the rib space. And then from here, kind of trying to unscrew two jars underneath your hands away from each other. Slowly lower as you draw your shoulder blades towards each other on the back of the body. Nice. Settle in. Tailbone gets heavy, feet heavy. Bring your fingertips out wide. We're going to go for a striking cobra. So bring one hand behind your back in between your shoulder blades, and that's where we're going to move from. So noticing that space, bring that hand back, and then as you breathe in, opening up, lifting up from that space, and then lifting the chest, and then slowly lowering down. So breathing in, pelvis stays heavy, rounding up, and then softening down. And just keep moving with your breath. Noticing how your body feels. One more time. And then rest your whole body down. Rest the forehead to the backs of the hands. Take a pause. Take a moment to check in. Noticing sensation. Noticing breath. How does your body feel right now in this pause? Taking deep breaths. Slowly slide the hands back now. Press into the hands, flex the feet. Push up, sink back into puppy for a moment. So feet are flexed, toes are spread. Full deep breaths here. Slowly come forward, come to find downward dog. Lift the hips high, subtle bend of the knees, give the head a bit of a shake. Full deep broad breaths here. We're going to walk forward again, just paying attention to the sensation of the feet on the mat as you walk forward. And then come to find your forward fold. Take a little sway from side to side, a little bounce. Slide the hands up to the thighs. Lift the chest, lift the heart for cow. Tuck the tail, rounding all the way up, opening up. This time stay here. Gather the hands in, rest one hand on heart, one hand on belly, checking in. How does my body feel? How does my body want to move? How could I express this movement with my body? Bring the weight down into your feet. So heel, base of big toe, and the base of the little toe are kind of evenly supporting you. And then breathe in and breathe out, sink back chair. Breathe in, stand on up. Breathe out, sink back chair. Feel free to add on that extra balance on the toes as you rise on up. Awesome. Next time you sink back, stay in chair. Weight goes into the left foot. Big breath in to arrowhead. We're going to add on from here, pressing out through that right heel, driving down through the left foot. Reach right arm forward, left arm back. Come to a fine revolve crescent lunge. From revolve crescent, we're going to do a little extension and flexion. So round the spine and see if you can come into a little bit more rotation. And then extend, lift the chest, lift the heart. Round the spine. Come into a little more rotation and then extend. Couple more times. Broadening the shoulders. And then from here, pressing down through both feet, windmill right arm back, left arm forward. Come to find warrior two. Really take a moment to find your base. Find the position where your feet can feel nice and grounded. Spread the fingers. And then bring the fingertips together, soften the shoulders. Look towards the middle finger of your front hand. We'll do a little shoulder mobility here. So we're going to turn the front palm up and rotate that shoulder outwards. And then we're going to turn the back palm down and around, rotate that shoulder in. And then change. So reaching for the front and back of the room, externally rotating the front arm, internally rotating the back, and then reversing that. Nice, full deep breaths as you move. Reaching out through the fingertips. Awesome. One more time. Just take a little circle through the wrists and then reach the left fingertips for the back of the room. Slide the right hand down the right thigh, reverse warrior. Really ground through the outer edge of that right foot. Tailbone gets nice and heavy. Awesome. Full deep breaths into that left side rib cage. And then back to warrior two. We're going to reverse on out of this. So sweep the right arm forward. Come onto the toes of the right foot. Pressing out through that right heel. Coming into your revolve crescent lunge. From here, if you'd like to have a little play, bring the weight into the left foot. See if you can have a little balance, lifting the right leg. And then from here, we're going to slowly come forward, hovering that right knee, maybe adding on a little bit of a twist. Left hand to outer right thigh, reaching right fingertips for the back of the room, pressing the left foot down into the floor. Nice, windmill that right arm forward. Come to find Tadasana. Take a moment to arrive again, bring your weight down into your feet, soft bend of the knees, just noticing. And then we'll begin to flow again from here. So big breath in, breathing out to chair. Breathing in, standing on up. Breathe out, sit back into chair. Breathe in, stand on up. This time sit back. Slide your left foot back as you breathe in. Nice. Reach left arm forward, right arm back, coming into your revolve crescent lunge. Maybe sinking a little deeper, bending that back knee a little. And then start that flexion and extension. So rounding to maybe come into a little deeper twist and then extending to arrive. Full deep breaths. Nice. And then windmill the left arm back, right arm forward. Come to find warrior two here. So establishing your base, grounding through the outer edge of that back foot. Arms reach out wide. Let that tailbone get nice and heavy. And then we'll add in that shoulder mobility. So you're turning the front palm up, rolling that shoulder out, and turning the back palm down, rolling that shoulder in. And just keep moving, alternating side to side. Let the torso move a little with the movement of the shoulders. Awesome. And then reaching right fingertips for the back of the room, sliding that left hand down the left thigh, finding that length through that right side body. Nice, windmilling back to warrior two, reversing back out to revolve crescent. Full deep breaths. If you'd like to have a little play with balance here, you're going to bring the weight into the right foot, reach forward, lift that left leg. So revolve warrior three. Slowly driving down through that right foot. Draw the left knee in. Sweep the left fingertips for the back of the room. Right hand to outer left thigh. Awesome. Windmill that left arm forward now. Come to find Tadasana. Grounding through both feet. Noticing, closing your eyes. Noticing sensation in your body. We're going to wind down with a little kind of Qigong style breath. So have a soft bend of the knees, pushing the floor away with your feet. Bring the palms of the hands to face up, just at the base of the pelvis. As you breathe in, start to straighten the legs, draw the hands up towards the chest. As you breathe out, press down like you're pressing the air down towards the ground. Bend your knees. Breathe in, stand on up, press the feet into the floor. Breathe out, press down. Slow, steady movement with your breath. Close your eyes. Notice how your body feels as you move. Nice, lengthening your in-breath, lengthening your out-breath. Next time you rise on up, you're going to reach the fingertips for the sky and then fold forwards, hinging at the hips. Slowly come on down. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold, step back to plank or modified plank. Push the floor away and then slowly lower chest to the floor. Couple of those striking cobras, so legs heavy, tailbone draws down towards the heels. Breathe in, round up. Chin is the last thing to lift. Nice, full deep breaths. Nice, one more time. And then soften down, rest the forehead to the backs of the hands, just wriggle out through the hips. Let the whole body melt into the support of the ground. Noticing how your body feels right now, using the feedback of the ground to breathe into and notice sensation. You might notice just the feeling of touch, feelings of cool. Just resting in this pause for a couple more breaths. And then slowly bring your hands alongside your body, press back. Find extended child's pose. So toes together, knees nice and wide apart. Reach the arms out in front of you, forehead to the mat. And again, just rock out through the forehead. Take some softening, deepening breaths. You can let the elbows rest down. And then start to walk the hands over towards the left side of the room, coming into a bit of a side reach. And then slowly walk back through center, walking over towards the right side of the room. Big, full, deep breaths into the left side body as you reach. Slowly walk your hands back to center. And then walking them in, just come up to sit for a moment. Just rest one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, checking in. And then slowly come to lie onto your back. And let the arms fall out wide into a T shape. And let the feet be nice and wide. Start to tick-tock the knees from side to side. Just easing out through the hips. Slowly, slowly winding yourself down. And then letting the knees fall to the right. Look over towards the left hand and just making sure you've got space overhead, so you might have to wriggle down a little bit. You're going to follow that left hand overhead as it stays on the ground and then circling it all the way over on top of the right. Stroke that left hand across the right arm all the way to the chest, opening out, looking over towards it. And just keep following it around, taking a big circle overhead. Just winding ourselves down, softening down into the support of the ground. Awesome. You could add a little affirmation to this if you wanted to. Like, I feel relaxed, or I am enough, I'm supported. Something that your body might need to hear. As you slowly move. This next one's going to take us back onto our backs. And we'll do that same thing on the other side. So let the knees fall to the left, look over towards your right hand. Circle the right arm overhead and then follow the fingertips with your eye gaze as it lands on the left hand and strokes across the body. Maybe again adding in that affirmation, just repeating it as you cross that hand across the body. I am enough, I am supported, I feel calm, steady, whatever it is your body needs to hear. And then slowly come back to lie onto your back. And just choosing how you want to find your final rest. So it could be feet out wide, knees knocking in towards each other. Could be legs extended, maybe popping a cushion underneath your knees for support. And just initially rest one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly again. Checking in with how your body feels right now. Noticing sensation. Beginning to soften down into the support of the ground. You might keep the hands where they are if that feels good, or you might bring the arms alongside your body, palms of the hands to face up. Just giving yourself this time to really come into this final pause, to soften and be aware. How does your body feel right now? And just keep noticing. If this is feeling really good and you'd like to stay and to rest a little longer, and just stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. If you're feeling ready to start to move, or if you need to start to get going, just start to circle ankles and wrists, take some movement in the fingers and toes. Maybe taking a full body stretch. And then hugging your knees into your chest. Gently rolling over onto one side. take a moment there and just take it really slow to come up to sit. So you might keep your eyes closed or your eye gaze soft. And then just settling in, sitting upright. And choosing whether you want to place your hands on your thighs or maybe resting one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart again. Just checking in with how your body feels right now. Noticing any differences from when we began the practice. And just knowing you've always got this space to come back to. You can always just place a hand on your belly, a hand on your heart, or just notice sensation. Whatever you're doing throughout your day, maybe just take a moment just to ground with hands on thighs and just give yourself a moment to notice. What do I feel in this moment? Nice. We'll just bring the hands to heart center and close our practice together with the sound of one single Om. So taking a full breath in together and a full breath out. And breathing into Om. Bowing your head to your heart. From my heart and my home to yours. Hari Om Tat Sat. Have a wonderful rest of your day.